Hello everyone, welcome once again to Window on West Allis. I'm your host Dan Hansen, and a special hello to everyone in New Berlin. In case you don't know, we simulcast all of our local programming on Channel 13A, so over in New Berlin you'll be enjoying us on Channel 29, and we're coming to you live right now from Studio B, the Jones Intercable Studio Complex on Highway 100. Okay, we've got a good show for you tonight. No guests, but some very good videotape segments. And let's get right to the first one as soon as we get that queued up. This is about John's Shoe Repair. It's right downtown, Greenfield Avenue. If you are like me, you like shoes. I like shoes a lot, but there's only one thing I like better than a brand new pair of shoes, and that's an old pair of shoes with a brand new sole and a heel on it. You got the best of both worlds. New looking shoe plus comfort. Anyway, Dave Vieg and Gary Andrade produced a very good segment, and they were editing it here last Friday. They were very excited about it, and with good reason. It's a very nice videotape segment. It's a long one. This runs just over 8 minutes, but I think you'll agree with me. After you're done, you're going to want to get your shoes taken care of down at John's. His wife is a tailor down there, and good business to get into. We all need clothes. We all need to wear shoes. Now, this is produced by Dave Vieg. Gary Andrade is the interviewer, and let's enjoy this segment right now.
It began a year ago when John and Golfa Antonopoulos opened their small cobbler and tailor shop here on Greenfield Avenue in West Allis. Although John and Golfa retired earlier this year, the tradition of John's shoe service and tailoring lives on, thanks to the new owners, Joe and Sue Papalardo, who purchased the shop in January. Their business is indeed a partnership, as Joe, a second-generation cobbler, repairs shoes in the back, while his wife Sue, a tailor, repairs clothing in the front of the store. I asked Joe to tell me how he got started.
Well, my father was a shoemaker, and I worked with him in the beginning as far as helping him out as shining shoes and delivering shoes, and hanging around the shop little by little. I got in my blood and never got out of it.
I understand you just recently purchased this shop from another couple. Would you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was John and Golfa. They were here for about 11 years, and they were real good people. And one thing I could say about him is that he was an old-fashioned type shoemaker. He did a lot of hand sewing. He knew how to use an awl, and he taught me a lot. But I worked at other shops besides my dad's shop after he passed away, so I did get a lot of experience from different shoemakers, you know, kind of give and take from them. So that, you know, they're good things and bad. You don't want to do it all like them because everybody has good and bad in them as far as repairing. So, but I think I had a pretty good mixture. But John, he had a little communication problem because he was from Greece, and I don't know, for some reason he didn't excel on the retail end like we have here, and certain other things. But it's a good transition as far as us taking over, because people seem to accept it all right. The only thing is, I worked at another shop for almost 11 years, and a lot of people knew me and my other boss, Joe and Bill. Now they come in, they go, "Where's John?" So we had to tell them the story, what happened, that they retired, and I worked with them for a little while. But it seems to work out okay. There's no problems as far as the customers go. They're pretty understanding.
Do some of John's customers still keep coming in here then?
Oh, all of them do. It's just that they're really surprised that John isn't here anymore after being here that long. And prior to that, it was Peterz Cleaners, and he was here almost 20 years. So it's a long tradition in this place.
Well, what job do you perform here at the shop?
I repair the shoes. My wife Sue does the tailoring end. So.
And how long have you been repairing shoes?
Well, actually, I've been in it for about 18 years. I'm 32 years old. So, but I actually really into it. Well, I went to school at MATC and learned the orthopedic end of it, and then working at other shops. But this is the first one I ever owned. I waited a long time to own my own shop, so I'm on cloud 9 right now.
What about some of your future plans for the shoe store? Do you plan on expanding?
Well, the only thing is straighten it up a little more and have more retail end products, but besides that, I wouldn't want to expand as far as having another location, because people that come in, they like it when they see the same people working on there. They wouldn't want us shipping it out or me not being here and somebody else doing the shoes. They get used to you. They kind of want you to do it, so especially if they know what kind of work you do. We use all prime products as far as leather and rubber, and have all the good brands. So no, I don't want to really expand, but I just want to straighten it up, make it more. We want to move the tailoring into the back a little bit as far as the fitting. But besides that, no, I don't want to. I want to keep the customers happy. That's my goal. But not to expand.
You must see a lot of shoes coming through here during the week. What is the most common shoe problem that you face?
Could be anything from a simple rip in a seam to soles or heels to stretching. These are just the stretching shoes that we do, and we do a lot of stretching. So, but I guess it would be soles and heels, basically.
I then asked Joe's wife, Sue, how she got started as a tailor.
Well, I sewed when I was a child and in school, and then I decided, since Joe was going into shoe repair, that I would go into the tailoring part. So I went to MATC West Campus and took the tailoring program there, and really learned a lot there. And then I worked with Golfa for a while, the lady that was here before. And I basically know everything I need to know now.
Is it unusual to have a shoemaker and a tailor both in the same shop?
I don't know if it's unusual. I think it's very convenient for the customer as far as being able to bring in both to the same people, you know.
What is one of the most common problems that you see here that you have to repair as a seamstress here?
Basically pant zippers, things, pockets, repairing pockets or replacing pockets in pants and suits and things like that.
Is that a difficult repair or fairly easy to do?
Oh, it depends. If you know what you're doing, it's easy to do. If you don't know what you're doing, then it's hard.
Well, this is a treadle machine, and this was one of my biggest worries when I took this place over, is this machine, because most of them I use are powered, you know, with a motor. I'm telling you, it's a really good machine. Once you get used to it, you get a lot of control. The only thing, it's a short arm, and if you had a long arm, you could really do a lot of luggage work, but some of them you can't do.
I then asked Joe if he had any strange requests for repairs.
Since I've been here, yeah, I had quite a few, but probably the most bizarre was a man came in with what I thought was a mannequin's leg. And he had all these holes drilled in it, and it was his best friend's artificial leg, and he was going to make a birdhouse out of it. I thought it was kind of strange, but I still helped him out the best I could, you know. But I thought it was a little different or unique. But there's been other ones at other shops I worked at, anything from build-ups, which aren't, you know, orthopedic work, but that isn't bizarre or off the wall. But one of them is a guy came in, and he was a motorcycle policeman. And in the winter, his feet would always get cold. And you know those hand warmers? Well, we built the sole up and had the hand warmer underneath his insole, so he would turn it on. And then when he would turn it on to the heater, and then as he would drive around on his motorcycle, his feet would keep warm. That was pretty unique, too. And other ones were, well, some of the, like, where I used to work, we used to get a lot of the basketball players and stuff from Marquette and the Bucks, and they used to have big feet, you know, like we used to set the shoe on top of the finisher, and a lot of people would comment how big the shoes were, because some of them were in the 20s, you know, like Bob Lanier's, and it was pretty unique. But besides that, every day there's something different, anything from basic heels to dog leashes to what else we have here? Everything. To full soles, this type. We put on something like this. So we do a little bit of everything. And harness work.
The shop is open weekdays from 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays from 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Joe and Sue will be happy to serve you. I'm Gary Andrade for Window on West Allis.
I know. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, we're back, and our special thanks to Dave Vieg and Gary Andrade, the producers of that segment. Very nice segment. Those guys have a lot of soul. And they really are in step with the times. See, I suffer from terminal pun syndrome. Enough of those. Some public service announcements for them.